Okay, we're here at 657 Boulevard to talk about the issue in the case of Maggie Thomas. The police officer, as you can see, we're here, Boulevard area. He said he was patrolling the Boulevard area when he encountered a black female who was seated in an Infiniti. So we're going to take a walk. As you can see from here, it's about a 100-foot walk to get to the back of the parking lot where the police officer said he encountered Miss Thomas. So we're going to take that walk. While he said he saw Miss Thomas, she was seated in a silver Infiniti E35 with a Georgia tag. He said he'd been on a lookout for a silver Infiniti, but did not give the make or model of this silver Infiniti. And as you can tell from the length of the walk we're taking right now, it would have been impossible for him to see from the street this car that he alleges he was on the lookout for. So once he got around here, he made contact with Miss Thomas, who was seated in the vehicle. She gave him her information. He said the car was uninsured. She said she wasn't driving the car, and then he left. And then he returned again after running her background and said that she had a warrant for a speeding ticket. Later, the warrant was not confirmed, and then the incident occurs that you're going to see in a few minutes. So this is imperative that people know the real facts. Again, 100 foot from the street all the way down here would have been impossible at 8:40 something at night to be able to see back here, to encounter Miss Thomas. But ultimately, this is what led to the incident that has been shown on the viral footage now. And we, as her attorneys, are going to make sure that justice is achieved in this case, to make sure that citizens who are in areas that are being gentrified get the same response from law enforcement as any other citizen and not have their Fourth Amendment rights violated in the way that Maggie's were.
Hold on, you stay right here. You're a guy. I'm recording. Wait.
I'm still not leaving to your lieutenant car. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Get in your
Like
car.
he tased her like 3 times. He slammed her on the ground. I don't know.
Oh my God. I cannot believe this. Get somebody else.
Hello? Hello?
Get my dog.
Yes, no, I recorded this. He slammed her on the ground. He's tased her like 3. He's tased her like 3 times. He slammed her on the car. This is the madness. Yes, this is her. He's tased her like 3 times.
Me and my daughter was sitting out here Wednesday evening, probably about 8 o'clock that night. She was out here playing. I was sitting in the car on the phone with my homegirl. Parked, car off. Officer pulled in. Sergeant Hines, he pulled in, got out of his car. He was walking around my car, looking at my tag and stuff. Then he came to my door and asked me, has someone been driving my car? And I told him no. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Have you seen someone driving my car? He's like, no. He got back in his car, reversed on the side of my vehicle, rolled down his window, and he was like, you know that car's not insured? I'm like, yeah, that's why it's not being driven. He's like, okay. Then he asked me again, someone been driving out the car? I'm like, no. You keep asking me that question as if you seen someone driving my car. He smirked. I was like, you're not going to answer me? He's like, I don't have to. And I asked for his superior information because it kind of seemed odd that he would be questioning me about my car. He gave it to me. He told me I can Google Zone 6 Precinct. Asked me, was that it? And he left. About 15 minutes back, later, he came back. He pulled straight back in here. He got out of his car. He approached me this time. Got out. My daughter was sitting in the driver's seat of the car playing. He walked up to me. He was like, "Today's your lucky day." And I looked at him. He was like, "What's your name?" And I looked. I said, "Well, I just gave you my information. You just asked me my name when you came back here the first time." He's like, "Well, you're not going to give me your name? You don't have your license or your ID on you?" I said, "No, my purse is in the house. So we're just sitting out here." In the midst of that, he grabs me by my left arm, snatches me up, throws a cuff on my left arm. I'm asking why am I being arrested. I'm on the phone with my friend because I have my phone still in my hand. And he's like, "Give me your phone, hang up your phone." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to hang up my phone. I'm not going to give you my phone because I need to be documenting this going on because I still don't know what I'm being arrested for." In the midst of that, my daughter grabs hold of me on my right side, and he's struggling with me back and forth in the door trying to get my right arm. I'm telling him, "Hey, my kid has me." He pulls out his taser and he threatens to take. He's like, "I'm going to tase you." So I dial 911 when he says that. Get an operator on the phone, throw my phone in the passenger seat so somebody could be listening to what's going on. The operator picks up. She hears my baby crying. She's trying to walk me through, telling me to keep calm, and she's getting someone out there. He tases and he says, "You gonna make me tase you?" I say, "Are you gonna tase me while my kid is holding on to me?" And as soon as I say that, he tases me in my back. My daughter releases me. He grabs me, put me in a chokehold, and throws me on the ground. Put his foot in my back, then he put the cuff on my right arm, tased me again while I'm on the ground. By this time, people started coming outside and recording. He picks me up and tries to gesture me getting in his car, and I'm like, "No, I'm not getting in the car with you. There's no other officers out here. I don't feel comfortable. I would prefer somebody else to be out here before I leave the scene." When I say that, he punches me in my left eye, throws me back on the ground, and he's on top of me. Then the other officers came up, they approached, and they kind of push him up off of me, pick me up off the ground. They try to put me in his car again. I'm like, that's the issue here. I don't want to leave with him. So they escort me to their vehicle, put me in their car. We leave from out here, go sit at a bank, probably about 3 minutes away from here, about 4 hours. We wait on the lieutenant and the captain to come. The captain came out and he spoke with me. He asked me my name and stuff. I gave it to him. He ran my name and he came and he was like, "Well, it says that you have a warrant for a failure to appear on a speeding ticket, but we can't confirm whether it's an active warrant or not, so we can't arrest you on that warrant. They're citing you for disorderly conduct with physical obstruction because the officer said that you bit his hand with no visible marks." So when he said that, it kind of broke my spirit because I kind of felt like I was pretty much forced to get another charge off of something that he had no confirmation on whether he should have been approaching me or not. And I was really disappointed in APD, the whole entire staff, from the lieutenant, the captain, everyone, because I felt like that it could have been handled differently. And then for him to have been a sergeant, I'm pretty sure there were other protocols to be put in place, especially if you're approaching a female. Well, yes, it has been 10 days and I still have a black eye. My eye, it definitely does hurt. My right shoulder, it's been giving me problems. But yeah, 2 weeks and I'm still walking around with visible marks of the incident. So like I said, I'll forever be reminded of this.
Well, everyone knows, well, hopefully everyone knows that you have a Fourth Amendment right against unlawful searches and seizures. And for a police officer to encounter you, there are 3 tiers of stops. This was supposedly a consensual encounter where you only have to give your license, which is exactly what Ms. Thomas did. After that, the officer has to have probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion that you were doing something. Even from the police report, the initial encounter, he didn't have reasonable articulable suspicion, he didn't have probable cause. In the second encounter, he alleges that there was a warrant out for her for speeding, which is a menial traffic offense. But even then, he was unable to confirm that. So at no point did he have reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause. Thus, her Fourth Amendment would have been violated, her Fourth Amendment rights against unlawful searches and seizures. She at all times was asking for a supervisor because of what happened. That was very reasonable. She had given him her license. She had complied with all the commands that he had given her. She wanted more information about why she was being unlawfully detained.